Welcome back to the Armchair Gaffer Show, the greatest show on earth. We didn't say that. The Armchair Gaffers and regular attendees gave us that moniker. You heard myself, Walks, SB, and Sir Christopher. It's not a Man United podcast. We just happen to support Man United. The other members are stuck in traffic. So hopefully they can join us. Gentlemen, how are we doing? Are we over Man United's loss at the weekend?
If the let me not say anything.
I'm happy now, because I've seen the news as well. That not that I'm happy that Mason Mount's injured, because I do like Money Mace, that's my guy and everything, but he is injured at this current time, so I do think that we might get a bit of balance in our midfield.
We'll see some change.
But what do you think that is, though? Because I see people saying that, like, now the Amrabat thing may be going through. Do you think it's a thing where he's gone in on Monday, said, "Oh, my hamstring kind of hurts a little," and Ten Hag said, "Stay down, stay down."
Okay, the running game
like this.
Possibly so. Possibly so.
We needed Anthony now.
Right, my man.
Oh, Chris, you cut out. I was gonna say, if the Mason Greenwood thing's anything to go by, and the accusations that Anthony has, he might be suspended. Hopefully, as some people are saying online, but not me. There was one game we didn't get to speak about on our Sunday weekend review, and that was Crystal Palace playing Arsenal yesterday at Selhurst Park. Tough place to go away on a Monday night, and Arsenal, I think, complained. Or some Arsenal fans complained that they always play Crystal Palace at bookie times. But they got the job done, 1-0. It wasn't all one-way traffic in a sense. Tomiyasu was sent off. What did we make of that win? Was it a win for championship contenders, or was it just business as usual and they shouldn't get carried away?
It's a great win, It's actually, like, when you actually think about it, it's a weird one, because it's a great win because Palace away is never an easy place to go to.
Never ever easy.
Especially under the lights, tight pitch.
Monday night.
Fans are
played last game of the weekend.
Yeah, like I'm saying. So, but then in a way, it's like they scraped the last 20 minutes against Nottingham Forest.
Okay, seen a trend.
And then playing Crystal Palace now. It's not really a great Crystal Palace when you actually look at it. You got Edouard up top. Really, their only attacking threat.
Andre Ayew, Eze is probably the most exciting and likely
it's going to make something to happen. So it's like
when Andre Ayew's the spearhead of your attack, it's a little bit shaky.
They scraped that, so I was thinking, but they got the point, so that's the main thing. Got the win.
What did you make of the performance? Do you think it was like a dominant Arsenal performance?
Nah. You know what's mad? Like, Arteta is having the same kind of issue I can see with Ten Hag.
Okay, what's that?
They've placed their chips on a certain player, and it's like they're going to bleed. Even if they can see that it's not working, they're going to bleed and keep it going, just because they put all their chips, just to prove people wrong. And I feel like they're having that same thing with Havertz, and we're having that same thing with Mason Mount at the moment.
I don't know if you've seen it, but there was a clip circulating this morning on 360 TV, and it was an Arsenal fan who, I guess, as a loyal fan, you do this, you defend players that play for your team, even if you were probably not big fans of them previously. And he was saying that football is a game where you're on the ball for 3% of the game. The majority of what you do is off of the ball, and what Havertz does off the ball is world class. What do we think of that comment, that fan? Is he just a muppet who is bleeding red, or is there any truth to what he said?
He is deluded, Walks. What's his name? His name is Julian, I think his name is.
I think he's been drinking a little bit as well.
Yeah, he's an experiment on AFTV anyway. They just put him there.
Testing him,
literally, just to test out the threshold.
It's an audition,
Well, how crazy can we say stuff on this channel right now?
Could be an industry plant, as far as we know.
Like that girl that interviewed Drake, Bobby.
Kai Havertz is not the guy. Like, it's weird. Like, Kai Havertz, for however many seasons, has shown us whatever we saw at Leverkusen, that was just all a dream. It was all a dream. It don't exist.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what more like people need to see of Kai Havertz. Like, he can't really do the striking thing. Cool. He don't really play on the wings. He don't really do well on the wing. Too tough. Cool. Players are number 10. He don't do that, bro. Like I don't get it. Like I don't see it with Kai Havertz. I don't get why Arsenal bought him. If it's like we need quality on the bench, then he wasn't the player to buy.
That's
Do
what
you
I'm
think
saying.
it's too soon to be judging him? He's two Premier League games in, or are we gonna say look at the data?
As Jess would say, it's just a continuation, and it's an underwhelming continuation. Bear in mind, if Kai Havertz was a Man United player, we all know what we would be hearing by now. United need to sell him. We'd be hearing Saudi links. Like, he's washed. Let's just be honest. Like, the thing at Leverkusen was nice, but since he's first season, what's he done?
Why do people even talk? That's what I used to hear when he first signed from Arsenal fans. Like, at Leverkusen he was this and he was that and that. I'm freaking, bro, when he was at Leverkusen, that was before COVID. Like, this was ages ago. Like,
that was during, he had a good run during COVID. I'll never forget, me and Scorch had a back and forth about it, and Scorch wasn't too sure. And I was like, the kid's putting up Dele Alli kind of numbers.
Bro, he is going to ex-Arsenal. You see what's mad, if Arsenal just went, with Partey, Rice, and Odegaard, bro, I don't know who can compete with that except City, really and truly. And City would have a problem with that. Like, bro, that's a stiff middle. But this whole Partey right back trying to do this inverted thing.
Still no Gabriel in the starting 11. What do you think's going on there?
Having Ben White there, Saliba's just only because Saliba's just fake. He's just dealing with everything by himself.
He's absolutely fakery,
On some early Van Dijk thing, he's just moving to them by himself.
Even when he made that mistake, the recovery.
Brother, did you see that? He's messed up, So and his clock is messed up, and he's ran back at like 180 miles per hour, bro. And the tackle he's done,
he's run past him, tackling basically.
It's mental. Like the last ditch, like he's actually done. Yeah, mad. He's a mad player, man. I'm crazy.
Declan Rice got the Man of the Match award from Sky.
Yeah,
they're prating him. That was a conversation about this. They're prating
these agendas. There are agendas in play.
That was a bit of
there is so many agendas with Declan Rice.
To me, I thought Declan Rice was decent in it. I thought he had a good performance, but for me, my man of the match was fucking Saliba. If not, it was Eddie Nketiah. I wasn't
Eddie is looking very sharp, and I said in one of my groups, he's gonna try and make things awkward again. There's awkward conversations, and I think we know what those conversations are.
But he needs to get again.
You know, it's with Declan Rice. Declan Rice is steady. Like, I'm not popping down his thing. I think Declan Rice is a good footballer, but he's steady. And that's one thing, they don't want us to talk about. Declan Rice is steady, let's be honest.
100 was it 100 M's? 105?
It's like 105 M's or something.
You know why I only do this? Because when Paul Pogba was bought for 85 M's, but they like to inflate it to 100 M's all the time when they're talking about him. They wanted Paul Pogba to defend, to attack, to score, assist.
They wanted him to be a cheerleader on the sidelines at the same time.
I'm seeing Enzo Fernandez doing 10-yard passes and being like, "Oh, what a player! What a player!"
You know, personally, for me, if I don't see Declan Rice control a game this whole season, for me, the 100 something wasn't worth the money. He could have been an 89 or a 90 M's, but the 100 tag, leave it out, please. Like, he's
steady Eddie, and not Eddie Nketiah. Let's go through some of these comments quickly. The issue is we didn't look good, even with 11 man. Well said, Ebons. That's a take I haven't seen so far today. But also Arsenal have some sort of backup. I'm saying the best B team I've seen from Arsenal in a long time. Cam Kicks, welcome back. Tarai B says, why was that red card so soft? We will get to that. As soon as Trossard gets in, there's no more Havertz.
What's Trossard got to do, really and truly? Yeah, I'm actually getting quite upset about the treatment of Trossard.
They're doing him wrong.
Free him up, man, because he's actually hasn't really put a foot wrong since he's moved to Arsenal in Jan. Set the world alight, really. And now he's playing, I don't know, a lesser role so far this season, but it's a long old season. So we'll see how that plays out. The thing is, Havertz has got tech. I get it. There are players with tech. Many
Tech.
players.
What tech?
What tech
You
are we
talking the Tech
seeing?
9?
I think
Are
the
we
German
talking-
tag, him being German gets him a lot of leeway, is what I will say.
Oh, gosh. It's working
Yeah.
against him, though.
Yeah, he hasn't set the world alight just yet. Eddie had a decent game. It's true. MMB has a take on Declan Rice. Rice knows exactly where the cameras are. I've never seen a guy turn on the passion pose as much as Rice. The
He
hugs are
loves it.
so forced sometimes.
He
He
loves it.
knows
Loves
the
it.
social media game. I will agree with MMB that when Odegaard slotted away the penalty so well, and they spun off and celebrated, there's a little bit where Rice is hugging the crowd, the melee, and he kind of just does a little turn and like catches the camera. It is.
He loves it. He's a
it's
He
sport.
loves it.
It's
He's
top.
a
He's a
sport for the
sport.
camera, man.
Can't
Even when
lie.
they had him doing the interview after, he
Post game, I
loves
heard
it.
he was going off. Yeah.
Okay,
This is
he
what I
loves
mean.
it,
They're
man.
trying to prep him. They want
Mhm.
him so desperately to be the next England
To
captain.
be the guy. Yeah.
Him and James Madison, they do love a camera in like a
Mhm.
post game interview.
Love it.
That's the world that we're living in. 1 second before we move on. Everyone inside, please make sure you hit the like button. That is the only donation we ask for here at Armchair Gaffers. So yeah, please help us. As we always say, beat the algorithm. Arteta is trying to prove a point with Havertz.
No.
Do you think
It's
he's going to
the
be
wrong
stubborn and stick with it? Because I
He
was in
will.
another group and someone was saying we haven't lost with him in the team. The results are going well, but I was thinking it's in spite of him as opposed to his
Wait,
contribution. But I
how
do
many
see-
man-
Go on,
How
Chris.
many matches has he played under? Quickly.
How many managers?
Yeah.
He would have played under Lampard.
Tuchel, Lampard, Potter, and I don't know who they had in before Potter came in. Lampard, yeah, sorry. Yeah, he's played like 4 managers in 4 different things and didn't really bang. No, he's after the UCL thing, didn't really bang. He's at Arsenal now. I don't know what point Arteta's trying to improve. Is he trying to prove his man management skills are amazing? His development skills for players are amazing. What are you trying to prove here? Tell me.
Yeah, I think I haven't been impressed. Although I keep seeing a stat going around with regard to how many duels he wins, and people are saying they're comparing him to Sir Lancelot or some old school soldier or warrior because he wins duels. But that's what it's come to. If you're not playing well,
he's a DM.
yes. The physicality is what he's bringing to that midfield, and that's what people are now saying he was purchased for, which I
Because they
believe to be
didn't
a
have that
massive
with Partey,
cap.
didn't have that with Rice, didn't have that with most of their other players.
They're a physical team. Yeah, I think that is people pulling the wool over their eyes because they haven't been impressed with what they've seen so far. In terms of favourites for the title, after City, do we still think Arsenal are, I guess, best of the rest?
They're going to
No,
lose 3
definitely.
important games, and it won't be against the United or a Chelsea. They're going to lose to Liverpool next season, and they're probably going to lose the 2 games to City, which is a given. But they're going to lose 3 important games, and it's going to be the same thing again. Like Tottenham, it could be a Tottenham thing. Finish second 2 times in the season, 2 times like in 2 seasons, and hey, they were close.
And that's about it.
What do you reckon?
I think the win yesterday, if it was later in the season, I'd say that's proper championship metal. But I think it's so early to say. But no, I still think they look good. I don't think they were really tested yesterday. Palace were poor when Arsenal went down to 10 men. I don't think they were ever really threatened. But I think that's possibly more Palace than anything. But no, I think Arsenal dominated for the most part, and Saka, he's just turning into an absolute Adonis. He's just getting bigger. I saw him getting interviewed by Rio Ferdinand. I think he's nearly Rio Ferdinand's height. Very, very scary times or scary hours, as a Man United signing once said.
Wait, is it me or is Havertz just in the way?
Yeah.
As it stands, I think it's not flowing how it was envisioned or predicted to by, I guess, his biggest fans. I think if they're being totally honest, it hasn't clicked just yet. But we're 2 games into the season. As I said before, it's a long season. They got Champions League. They got to try and win a domestic cup because it's been a while now. After that little
you mean
COVID one. So yeah, I think it's still too soon to judge, but I haven't liked what I've seen. Similar to Man, I mean, like,
you know what? You know what's peak here is that he's gone there to improve them somehow, in it, yeah. But he's actually messing up other man's thing. Like I see, like all our season, Martinelli was bucking guys 1v1 and just being mad, yeah. And now I see Mount over there, and he's killing the space. Obviously, it's early days, isn't it? But you look like you're stopping Martinelli from doing his thing, and you're not doing your thing.
your own. So we're -2 at this point.
It's decent, man. I like it.
Interesting. I saw another sick little like tactical breakdown, and someone posted a clip of Pep Guardiola saying, "We don't go to the ball comes to us. We stay where we are." And this was in reference to Declan Rice. They think, or this Tactico online says that Declan Rice is good when he has space to run and travel and carry the ball. But as it stands, the middle of the pitch is a bit bogged down. There's too many people. And he thinks that even though Declan Rice was awarded the man of the match yesterday, he thinks that Declan's doing a bit too much and that central area is a bit too crowded.
But
so that's
Declan
now
does.
something I'll be looking out for.
But Declan does though. Declan's a busybody at times that he doesn't need to. Like, let's be real. More times when he's in that midfield doing the things he's doing, someone else could be doing it, or he finds some space somewhere else. But it's that thing of I've got to look busy, and a lot of players do that thing where I've got to look busy.
You know what? You know what I noticed about Declan Rice yesterday. Like he gets on the ball, yeah, and he kind of like wants to do something, and then like you see him like travel sideways across the pitch, yeah, and then just make a square pass, but like kind of just killing the tempo, bro.
Yeah, I spotted it and thought that he in I think his last season, maybe the season before, in terms of getting into the final third, carrying the ball, progressing the ball up the pitch, I thought he came a long way. But yeah, it will be interesting to see if he can replicate that, or if that will be kind of a thing that's put a stop to, and he has to get on board with, I guess, Arteta's system. But yeah, as it stands, I think he's been, as Chris said previously, steady. But no fireworks yet, and I can't imagine there'll be too many fireworks because he is that just steady, somewhat of a metronome player. But yeah, watch this space. What do we think of the sending off? It's not a day in the Premier League without controversy, and I guess this continues. Say that again, Chris.
It's getting so silly now. Like this has to stop. Surely, like. I don't know what these men were discussing over the summer, but it's getting out of control. Like, man are scared to make tackles now. Like, I'm pretty sure I saw Varane on Saturday. He was scared to tackle, like, because he thought, "Bro, I may get a yellow. Stay on my feet." Like,
I thought that was his knees.
I thought he was going to get banned by Thing, but he did well. There's a foot race with Son. Not many people survived those. But yeah, he did all right there.
It's like the refereeing thing's a joke now. Like, it's actually a joke.
Not a fan.
Or are you playing Tomiyasu left back and maybe you should just play Tierney? Because Andre Ayew looked like he'd rolled back the clock a bit.
He was active. He was very much involved yesterday, which was you get that. I do see it when he plays against the bigger teams. He does like to turn up and try and let everything go through him. So you're gonna get those nights of Andre Ayew. But yeah, yesterday it was, he was enjoying a little bit, which was strange or enjoyable to see. If depends which side of the coin you are. But yeah, the sending off. Do you think it was a worthy decision?
It's one of those, like, you've been like, let's have it right. You've been done, innit? But you've opened the door. Like, you've just opened the door to
yeah. I was always told as a kid, don't give them ammunition, and I think that's what Tomiyasu did yesterday. So they'll be without him, but Zin Cheat Code, as they call him, will be back now because he was. I don't know, struggling to make first 11s. Supposedly he was the best thing since sliced bread last year.
So they can huddle when they go 2 down. No.
Yeah, there's been a lack of huddles.
Get that Tom Brady wannabe, like, let him sit on the bench, man.
Get
No
him out
huddle, man. This isn't
I like
soccer.
Zinchenko, man. He adds something to the. He adds like a. I don't know if it's belief, like, don't know. He does add something though.
It's the word verve. He adds a little like oomph. But yeah, towards the end of the season, I think his limitations were shown somewhat. But yeah, he's going to get a chance to turn that all around because Tomiyasu will be banned. What do we think of the rules so far with this whole yellow cards thing? Is it getting silly? Is it too much? Because it was all introduced to stop time wasting and dissent. Do we think it's going to have an impact, or are we just thinking it's just ruining our beautiful game?
Very soon, you won't be allowed to turn around without getting a yellow card. Like,
I don't mind it.
It's silly, like, they're extra yellow cards for no reason, like, and it don't make sense anyway because, like, the refereeing hasn't improved, and it hasn't improved the game at all. Like, man, I'm still getting angry and still doing the things they would have done anyway.
You don't think the product is any better, Chris?
No, it's just packaging silliness with, we're trying to stop the abuse of referees, but fans will still go online and abuse the referee anyway. So whatever the player's going to say, cool, you've limited what a player can say, but what people are going to say online is different. Like the time wasting thing.
I think if you can stop one form of abuse, you should probably stop it. And I think the players are influential, and it's like a monkey see, monkey do thing. So I think if the players start respecting them, we might see a trickle down.
Was it Mike Dean who booked Bruno Fernandes for Bruno trying to chat to him?
Yeah. Bruno
he still got abused online anyway. Like,
but yeah, I think it's more the abuse from players. It's more of a respect thing. I think online that's probably out of their remit. But yeah, players playing within the league are within their remit. And as I was listening on the radio, he said you don't get it in rugby. There's a respect there, and I think a basic respect is. No, but why so?
I think it's all like, I'll be honest with you, I don't really care about refs. Like, it's all part of the game. Like, the refs do stuff, players give them a bit. The problem is obviously when people are taking it outside of football. Like, being honest, I reckon refs don't really care too much. But
about social media,
yeah, it's like, but now we're bringing the social media aspect onto the football pitch. Let's deal with like more pressing issues like racism and that first on the pitch. Like, let's pattern that and then concentrate on other stuff. Like,
I'm just deal with it all. Like,
yeah, it's whatever.
Yeah. Here's a random little bit of data which shows that as it stands, the card thing is getting out of hand, and we're on trend for a record sending off and whatnot. And as Chris said, is the product any better?
It's good for betting.
Yes. Yeah. It's good for the slip.
Well,
shout out Paqueta.
Yeah, Paqueta showing them how it's done. Did anyone watch the Ivan Toney PR piece? Stephen Bartlett.
You know what's mad? I think it was bad. That it was so bad. Not bad as in the interview, because it was a good interview, but I think it was bad on his end. That it couldn't be PR because he didn't even admit to anything that was that.
It was like
he took no accountability for what happened. He was just like, I was just trying to bet on myself. Like, I was like,
you know what that sounded like? That sounded like I tell my landlord to increase the rent every time it's time for rent. I tend to increase it. It sounds like one of the motivational things. You know, it's like quick and slick that they tell you to quickly say. It doesn't work. It's like,
if you bet. Sorry, Chris. If you bet on yourself to be the first goal scorer, and you're through 1-on-1. You got your teammate next to you. You can slide across for the easy tap in. But you're gonna try and take it because you just got a bag on yourself, bro. Of course, you're affecting the game, bro.
No. You make a good point there because what he said is his decisions wouldn't affect the game, and it sounds like you're doing a little bit of this, not listening to what people are saying, and I really, really hope that he hasn't said too much in that interview because there were a few inconsistencies.
He said he didn't know footballers are not allowed to bet. Come on, broski.
And then said that they get visited every year.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
He
No,
needs
but
to stay out of the cameras.
on the flip side though, like their sponsors is Hollywood Bets, and then you're upset that he's bet. Like we're making it mad. Like we're promoting gambling in sport all the time. Like I think what it does do is it drives a more pressing issue. Like obviously for him to be betting, footballers aren't getting paid enough, bro.
What? He's going. Welcome to armchair Def Jam comedy.
We said the racks on enough.
Man's looking at rent. Like, how am I gonna cover this?
Come on, man. Like, they're obviously not getting paid enough, so like, man, are searching for alternative
Man's
sources
bagging up
of
the groceries
income.
and stuff for a cheeky £2.
Man, slapping on the free bets and that. Yeah.
No, it's
Like,
crazy.
notice, like, guys, notice when you look on the Chelsea kit, you don't see no betting sponsor because them man are paid this calm.
So it's,
no, but sorry,
it's a poverty.
Bonuses, them kit deals, like he's getting bread. But my thing is, he needs to stay away from the camera because every time I've seen Ivan Toney in front of the camera, it's either he's disrespecting Brentford,
gets weird,
talking like dumb stuff.
It gets a bit crazy, isn't it? Yeah.
Or he's just like SB said, he's not taking accountability. It's like, brother, step away from the camera.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
you know what though? Do you know what I like though? I tell you what I do like though. Ivan Toney is like he's like you know, like football breaks people down. Like, you know, like you've seen like it's like a Dele Alli interview.
Yeah.
Like you're talking about like stuff that guys have been through. He's the other side of it. Like football tried to destroy him, but no, like it's just made him a monster.
No, it's impossible. Yeah. Impossible to break. And again, as Chris said, when he's on camera, he always manages to have a little bit of a boo-boo. And he did mention like teams that he has admired his whole life. And
man said Arsenal.
Brentford probably won't be. Yeah, Brentford probably won't be too happy with that interview again, or Ivan Toney's appearance because he's a lifelong Liverpool fan, likes Arsenal. And I've seen him on another podcast.
Cue cards. Do you think they give him cue cards to read for these interviews?
I think Brentford need to have like a PR or press officer that rolls with him constantly.
Tell them to sign me for 30 bags. I promise you, players I'll have it patterned for them.
Yeah.
Wait, do you know how rage it is? Yeah, like you don't support Arsenal.
No, it doesn't.
Why are you? This is crazy. Like
love.
This is so mad. Like he's moving like he's like from South America in the favelas, and he's playing in England.
Made a good
point.
point
How do they do him for
Nathan says it. He's moving like Caicedo.
But can the FA do him for bread in another team in the league?
No, but Brentford could. Brentford can. Yeah. Brentford,
but they won't. You know what? With that said, he wants to mind out because you see Wisa.
Oh, they're eating his food. Yeah. But he did say it in the interview. He said that at Brentford, there's no big dogs. He said they're all the same, and he said the Danish lot run stuff. So we shall see. But yeah, if I was the top boy at Brentford or Thomas Frank, I would probably be a bit vexed that he's there. He's flirting. Well, that's what you do if you're 6'4", money. Well, Scotch says he ain't got loads of money because footballers are struggling at the minute. But yeah, man, you got a good trim. You're 6'4", you flirt. That's what you do. But yeah, we'll see how that all plays out, man, for Ivan Toney, who is allowed to train, I think, in September sometime. How long he stays at Brentford? Let's place a bet and see how long he stays at Brentford. Someone who won't be sticking around for much longer is this young fella. The internet was awash with gossip, rumor, titillation, but the truth came out, and Man United will be parting ways with Mason Greenwood. Finally, we could speak on this now without threat of libel. What do we make of the whole debacle?
That is the weakest U-turn I've ever seen, like by a football club or by an organisation. That was absolutely mental. Like,
it was part U-turn, part support. It was strange. Yeah,
I hear it, but the weirdest thing is, like, whether or not like man got acquitted of the crimes, people saw the videos and heard the audio. Like, there's no way anybody. Well, actually, no, there's better man that was supporting it. But as an organisation, once you've heard that, that's in people's minds. Someone can close their eyes and still hear what they heard on the audio. Like, there ain't no way you should have been thinking, yeah, we're just gonna bring him back, but we're gonna do it on a low, because I feel like they tried to make sure it happened after the window closed.
No, but they was gonna bring him back here, and then Man United do what Man United do. They put some stuff on the internet, or they'll put out some reports
soft
and
launch.
stuff. Just they do. That's what we do. We do soft launches. They done a soft launch to see how we would react, and then they saw the carnage that it would bring. People, staff members saying they'll go on strike.
Yeah, the protest that happened at the first game,
and then they done protest. Then they done a complete U-turn. Then once they've done the U-turn and said, "All right, cool, we don't want him anymore," they put out one of the worst statements I've ever seen ever. Like they said in the statement, he was cleared of all charges, so we don't think that Mason did that. But yeah, he can't play. So
bear in mind, weird videos of him circulating since his first debut at United anyway. So it's like, this wasn't somebody that was bare quiet from like the backgrounds and started banging, and then all of a sudden it's been a bit weird. No, like Mason Greenwood, there's been weird videos of him circulating the internet. Like,
he's had his brushes. This stuff's been kind of brushed under the carpet.
It was never gonna work or happen. Like, Man United is way too big for them to be having some fucking woman beater playing for them, bro. That is impossible.
It's not cool. But I'm glad that the right decision was arrived at. Have you seen the rumours as to where he will go?
If he goes Saudi, that's just god.
There's a rumoured link up with one Steven Gerrard at El Atifak.
And the name sounds aggressive as well, like
for a fee of £10 million. I'm not sure if money will exchange hands, because the PR around that just looks mad. United have been absolutely snookered by this kid. But yeah, it looks like we'll be able to move on from this dastardly saga. But yeah, I'm glad it's all said and done, man. Very, very grim. Some transfers. Rumours knocking about. Some deals have been completed since we last spoke. This man is now a Man City player. Jeremy Doku, Belgian international, signed from Rennes, scored 7 goals. He is top boy when it comes to take-ons. I saw a graph, and he's probably like out there in terms of take-ons attempted across Europe amongst like young players, and take-ons completed. He was first in Ligue 1. Chances created. People say he could improve with that massively.
He's insanely rapid, though.
I do remember.
Just say, he is fast.
Insanely rapid.
Whatever you think fast is, it is Doku in it. Yeah,
but
he is fast.
Like, it's one of them ones where, don't get me wrong, like on a normal day, maybe it could be like a close race between like me and an average Premier League player, but like he's just quick in it. Like, he's just gone.
Like, he's rapid up. I was thinking that's what City currently don't have. I don't think.
But they don't need it.
They do. City's gone to PMP right now.
Yeah.
It's not about technical ability for Man City.
You need a balance, man. You can't have all ball carriers. You need some threat in behind, which he undoubtedly is. But I think
the long ball.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'll be honest. I don't think he's there for in behind. I think he's there for 1v1 bit of match. You know what I think is sick? Yeah, is that like we all think Pep's a genius. Yeah, like he's come here and he's like changed how we play football, all this stuff. Yeah, but listen to this. He's playing 4 centre halves. Yeah, Carl Walker is a right back, but in reality, he couldn't play wing back, and he's not like a right winger. Right back. If he was in a back 5, he'd play in like right off the 3. Yeah, so he's a bit centre backish. Yeah, he's playing 4 big centre backs. He's playing 2 strikers. One's big and one's little, and now he's added in a jinky winger. Has Pep taught us football, or have the Prem taught him football? Because that to me just sounds like Tony Pulis would set his team up the same way. Obviously, the tactics and what they do with it and the quality.
He's freestyling. I feel like he's
I think he's so good at what he's done that he's just trying new things. He's allowed to. He's been afforded.
Things are old things. The new
There's
things
nothing
are
new
very
under the
Sam
moon.
Allardyce.
Yeah, things like even an introverted wingback, that's not new, but it's just come around. Even people playing 4-3-3, like these things aren't new. It's just when you bring it, you kind of reinvent it. I'm sure we'll see people go back to 4-4-2 at some point, and I never thought we'd see ourselves going back to pace and power. Now we've got 6'3" centre backs, 4 of them playing yada yada. Because I thought, when growing up, that was a Stoke thing. And then it went to diminutive players. And now we've got Rodris and the KDBs who are powerful, yada, yada, yada. So I don't think, Pep is the inventor of all things. Yeah, I just think he's just looking through playbooks and saying, no, this might work for now. I'm
saying he's become the Premier League. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, the same things that man used to call other man like dinosaurs for. Like, Sam Allardyce would try that tomorrow. David Moyes would try that tomorrow. Like, but man would say different things.
I think it's the skeleton. The skeleton's the same, but on the ice, two different worlds. I think.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying this. I'm not saying like it's to the. I'm not saying it looks the same. I'm saying he's taken a very, very, very what people would call a dinosaur format. Tweaked it a bit. He's added sprinkled a bit of technique on it, yeah. But it's not too far from what Sam Allardyce rates. Like, if you could give Sam Allardyce his choice of players, yeah, he'd pick these guys to play like this.
Gaffers, anyone? Because I'm the opposite.
Do you feel like it's a homework thing where you copy and paste from Wikipedia, but you rewrite it in your own words, and then you
there's only
world-class writing.
Yeah, there's finite formation, so we're gonna see.
He's doing 4-4-2 with 70% possession, most of the games.
It's sick.
No, it's true. Yeah, I don't blame him for it, but it's weird. Like, he ain't really
he's bored.
Like Walk said, he's done so much in the league already. He's just like, yo, here's this kid, because he could have got Elise, or he could have pressed for Turkey, from France to replace Mahrez. Like, he could have drawn for someone or in a mold of Mahrez, but he drew for pace and power. And like everybody said, he's playing 4 centre backs. This guy's bored.
You know what it is? I just don't want to hear anybody talking to me like he's this thing he's doing at the minute. It's oh my God, it's this crazy genius. No, bro, this is I'm not saying it's a bad idea. I'm just saying it's a very calm idea that we've seen done bare times. It's being executed sickly.
That's where the credit lies. Because there's only so many.
Because none of you lot called Tony Pulis a genius. Nobody.
And how many times did he get relegated?
That's not the point, Dan.
Jeremy Doku is now decent signing. Not even though, and again, it's just annoying. City, they're not going for the biggest names in the game. They're just going for there and thereabouts players, and they're gonna get chucked into this system, and somehow it's gonna click. It does become a little bit boring. This guy was on top of the world a few years ago. Sweet.
Real Port, man.
He once was a French player. He's now Spanish, I believe.
Bring my boy Eric. They doing him wrong.
He's a fraud. He was a fraud. He's a fraud.
No, giving him the fraud stamp, yeah?
Yeah, bro. He was Spanish, then he was French, then he was Spanish again. Bro, what are you, bro?
But he looks like he'll be on his way to study. It's a shame that it panned out like this, and the way he's been treated is it's a lesson. I think that you're never really loved.
He helped kickstart, Pep's overpowered defense, and then man have forgotten about him or acting like he wasn't the first bad boy Pep signed.
He weren't the one. Yeah. He's the centre back that got it right.
He's the centre back that done it. There was Otamendi struggling. My man's come true and said, you know what, let me take the load off for you. And he done his thing, and he showed me I can be from Nigeria but still claim to be from Jamaica.
No,
Was
bro, he gave the hope,
he showed us the way.
hope to the hopeless. Yeah. I remember, they were playing Kolarov there in Pep's first season at left centre back, and he was trying to spray them passes, and they just signed the Laporte, and then it all clicked.
Did they sign Edison when they first won the league?
No, before.
It was before. Oh, okay. So you see what I mean? Like he was part of the region of City.
Because when was Claudio Bravo there in that first season?
Yeah, he
was
signed
third,
Claudio Bravo and then replaced him. Yeah.
He walked straight in to walk straight back out.
When you got loads of money, you can do these things. This man, youngster,
Love it.
Chelsea prospect, moving back up north. What do we make of this one? It's a loan with an obligation to buy. He's a Newcastle
He smells
man.
like a Newcastle player. He
Prospect.
just looks and smells like a Newcastle.
Another good Eddie Howe signing.
He's British. That's it. He's British.
I don't know why Chelsea are selling their guys just to buy French copy paste players. I don't understand. Like, honestly, bro, like the whole thing right now makes no sense. But when you speak to a Chelsea fan, they'll tell you that it makes all the sense right now. Like,
it does not at all.
What are you? You're selling one of your. He's better than Cucurella that you have here right now that you got for 65 million.
Yeah.
You know what's crazy?
He's better than Gallagher in the midfield as well. Like he's
every deep end.
You know what the issue is?
I've seen him. Yeah, I've rated him so highly. I thought, rah, this kid's sick, and then they've just let him go.
Yeah, that one was strange.
There's bare man who don't watch the academy football, and they don't really tune into certain games. And there's a lot of them out there. There's more than the few that actually watch the academy games. So they don't really know what he's like. Like certain man would have seen him, I think, against like a City or against an Arsenal, and get a little bit worked. But he's actually decent. So when he's now getting sold. No, it makes sense. He's getting sold. That's what they'll tell you. It makes sense, like letting him go so we can bring in someone bigger. No, because there's not many better. Like, he's a
hot prospect. Good signing from Newcastle.
That's what I'm saying.
Just good transfer business, man. It would be nice if fellow Man United or fellow United, could take heed.
Oh, Warren Hell.
You might be happy about this one. This man's been linked to a move to Lazio. It is kind of a changing of the guard, I think, if Lloris goes. Kane's gone, Lloris, and then it'll probably just be Dyer, who kind of represent some of the dark days. Are you happy about Lloris going?
You know what's crazy? You know what's crazy is that their chairman was trying to get it done, and then Sarri was like, nah, like our goalie's good. Like, but then I don't know what's happened. Some stuff I thought, look, I knew it was too good to be true because they got a decent goalie. What's his name? I forgot his
Star something or something like that.
No. Oh, I forgot his name. But their goalie's he's all right. Like, and now they're just being forced. Like the Gamora or someone are forcing things to happen because there's no way that they've watched Hugo Lloris and said, I'll have a bit of that.
Yeah. You wouldn't put yourself through that.
Not my problem though. So if you want to take him, just take him.
No, that reminds me of when we were being told that Harry Maguire, Scott McTominay, all these men were going to leave at the same time. I felt like Scorch at that time. And I know it feels like to have a player like that. It's too good to be true.
We rarely see those things happen. This man is set to leave Arsenal.
Who is he?
2 seasons. That is Sambi Lokonga, who has been deemed surplus to requirements. But guess who's after him? Brighton. Do we think we could see a resurgence, or he could actually find his feet at Brighton?
No, he's there on the bench.
Or is there's just nothing there?
He's there.
He duped me, man. Do you know what? He duped me because he came in at a time when things weren't really making sense at Arsenal. Yeah, it was a bit and he just got on the ball, turned and passed the ball. But I thought, oh right, look at this confidence, and then there was nothing else. Nothing else. And he taught me a lesson. Don't go too early on people with that profile. Just let it build a set.
Yeah. Organically, and I think when Partey was out and he had to step up and try and fill in for him, we saw the limitations. Is what I'd say.
He looks like a Palace player.
Yeah, he went on loan there, and that didn't really work out under the tutelage of Vieira. People saying, "Oh, hopefully this could unlock him," and Vieira got sacked.
Yeah.
So
He's
Burnley
probably there to
company
chat to
had
them.
him. Company should be running
yeah.
for him, man. Try to bring him back.
Like he's
and
there
here
on
is
the talking to.
one thing before we depart. Gary Neville said that Arsenal signing David Raya is going to cause issues. The back four won't know or will be unsettled, and it might create anxiety amongst the goalkeepers with fear for making an error when they do play. For you, who starts, David Raya or Ramsdale, before we depart?
David Raya, but I think it's a bit weird that they've overcomplicated it because they did not win the title because of Ramsdale. They didn't win it because overall they just weren't good enough at the time. But like signing my man, in my opinion, it just don't make sense. Like, what are you doing? Like, it's overcomplicating it. Like, man are trying to do this competition for places, but it's gonna make everybody nervous. Like, now, well done. You've got a nervous 22 group, another 22 set of players. Like, it don't make sense signing two top goalkeepers at the same time.
Yeah, you rarely see it.
Yeah, I'd like Ramsdale is calm. What's up? Like I bantered Ramsdale because he kept getting relegated, and then he come Arsenal, and he's like, obviously he's human, and he plays in high profile matches, and he's good for most of them. Like I know he does some stuff. There's an illusion as well that David Raya is some sick short passer, and he's not. Like he's got a sick ping spray.
He pings to Tony, ping Tony, ping.
Do you think the name and the nationality are from people off of it?
David Martin Raya, yeah, sounds good.
Did you see when they got unveiled as well? He was there with his family with a do, and the do got his granddad.
They bought the city out. They bought
They bought great
like
confusion.
I'm seeing girlfriends
in Arsenal, boy.
Yeah, no,
I'll tell you what. They want to mind. They don't rub up certain players the wrong way though, because when you look at it, Eddie Nketiah carried Arsenal at periods of time. When I wouldn't say carried, but like he carried the burden of his job.
He definitely did.
Like I would say Aaron Ramsdale done the same thing at a time when man didn't really know it was possible, and I feel like you gotta kind of be easy with how you deal with certain man, because it can
rub them
create an atmosphere. Yeah.
But I feel like Arsenal love doing this though. Don't you remember, like, was it like 2 seasons ago when Nketiah was up for a contract renewal and like they were just messing him about? He goes and bags against Chelsea, then the conversation starts. Like, Arsenal love doing this to their players, and it's weird. It's like, you're not City. Like, City can do this to man. Pep can have those conversations. Can Arteta really like sit down and be like, "You're not starting today. I'm starting my man." So I don't see it.
I think he can, man, but it's the after effect, isn't it? And the knock-on effect that has on the wider team, man. I feel like it's Arteta's shit, but as I said, it's how that is perceived or felt by said players, man. Any more, gentlemen, before we depart?
But what do you think about United? Like, apparently trying to sign like a new goalkeeper, second choice goalkeeper, when we need a midfielder. Or
I love it.
I think for £7 million, it's not really. And I'm someone who speaks freely and will batter United when they need battering. I think £7 million on a backup goalkeeper. I'm not too mad at that. Because I think the midfield conversations are definitely happening.
Hopefully, it means that we sell Henderson and that.
Henderson to Crystal Palace is the latest I've seen. It looks like Nottingham Forest have definitely moved on from him and realised that it's not really all it's cracked up to be.
I tell you what, I do really like the way Henderson played himself, and now it's hell.
No,
because you know what it is. I've always thought, like he's gonna be good at some point. And then he's just all right. He's just an all right goalie.
He
might not even be a Prem keeper. And now, the minute that he said about, I'm glad that the gaffer didn't see me in training. Bro, I don't know if I need to see you in the Premier League, because You're really not that person.
And if we look at how it's panned out since then for him, away from United, that's the unfortunate injuries and Navas coming and taking his spot. But the way he's been treated at United, he ain't really getting the love. So I think Ten Hag took that one to heart. And yeah, it's panned out quite shit.
Disrespect to what a white, and now you're on the outside. Like,
be careful, man.
It stinks for him, man.
He should.
Like it was meaty. Like even the move to like Nottingham, like I expected him, because don't get me wrong, I was a big like Dean Henderson fan. Like, I defended this guy with his disrespect to manager. So the manager don't even know what he's talking about. But like it stunk. I can't lie. It's been stinking. Because remember, I think the start of the opening season last season, he fumbled like so many games for them.
Yeah. I remember him.
Yeah, like he's not like he's not sick. Good. Like that's all right.
He's not good.
You're kind of like, I don't know if you're like really. I don't really know if Jack Butland would feel comfortable you saying his name.
No, it's one of them ones. So.
Yeah, in terms of Prem experience, there's only one winner there. Where
if he was on an interview and said, "I think I'm better than Jack Butland," or like certain man like Fabianski or certain man, they're ringing him and asking him, "Bro, but why you say my name for?" Like,
yeah. That's not okay.
Comments.
Yeah.
Someone said Mason Mount injury, low key positive news. Oh, this is what I've been saying. We're gonna get balance now. We're gonna get balance in our team.
Yeah.
God is good. God is good all the time.
All the time, the Lord.
There's a plan. There's a plan, man. And I guess that brings us to the end of our Tuesday night stream. Thank you for everyone who joined. And as we always say, please, before you depart and exit, leave a donation of a like. It doesn't cost a lot, but it means a lot to the gaffers. I have been Walks. I've been joined by Chris, SB, and Scorch. And we will catch you later this week for another edition of Armchair Gaffers. Please make sure you like, share, subscribe, and make sure you are involved in our next stream and also our weekend review. Until then, take care and we will see you soon. Peace.